Ladies and gentlemen, it has finally happened. Red Dead Online is officially out of the beta stage and on its own 2 feet. I'm No Chance from the Ride Alongs gaming crew, and in this video we're going to go over everything new with today's reset, the spring update, and all that's to come in the following weeks and months for Red Dead Online. So grab a seat, it's going to be a long one, and let's get down to it. All of this information that we're going to go over is straight from the Rockstar Newswire, so it's all legit and confirmed. So first things first, today is Tuesday, so that means there's a new weekly reset in Red Dead Online. This week's reset brings the spring update as well as the removal of the beta tag, which I'm sure everybody already knows about. But Rockstar starts the massive Newswire post off with saying a massive thank you to all of us that have participated in the beta period and gave feedback. They also say that this is only the beginning. Moving forward, they plan to improve on the core elements of the world as well as bring brand new experiences that immerse us deeper in the world and our characters. All of this will be based off of our feedback, so that's fantastic to hear. I'm very happy that Rockstar is listening to us and building content based off of our feedback. Really quickly, I am just going to be skimming through this newswire. I'm just giving you all the important shit that needs to be said. I'll leave a link to the full patch note list in the description for the video if you guys want to check that out. And now for the good stuff. All new missions, both the Land of Opportunity and Free Roam. The Revenge of Jessica Leclerc continues with brand new A Land of Opportunities co-op missions, both honorable and dishonorable. In the honorable gunslinger path, we will be fighting the Del Lobo gang and helping Marshal Tom Davies save the town of Valentine and himself. In the not-so-honorable Outlaw Strand, we will outwit lawmen and assist Samson Finch in highway robbery and a daring bank heist. Get this, at the Saint Denis Bank. We're going to rob that bitch. Both paths lead to a rendezvous with a deadly adversary. Don't know who it is, but I'm going to find out and I will let y'all know. As for the free roam missions, well, they also get expanded with new characters straight out of the single-player story along with all new mission types. That's to expand off the current characters that we have. They're bringing new types of missions to those characters so they're not so bland and plain still. We can meet with Thomas the Skiff Captain in the Bayou NWA for honest work or get our hands extremely dirty with the unusual Aberdeen pig farmer siblings. Those are the 2 new characters from the story, and those are the ones that are being introduced as new free roam missions. New posse versus challenges have arrived today in the forms of competitive fishing, bird shooting contest, and herb picking contest. So you can start those up if you're the posse leader from the player menu, and it could be intra-posse competition, or you can do it against other people as well. Dynamic events like those found in the story are now a part of Red Dead Online as well. Rockstar says there's a good chance you could happen across travelers or townsfolk in need or opportunists looking to ambush lone riders. Be sure to keep an eye out for these events since they can give out XP, honor, cash, and even gold. So a couple extra ways to earn some money. This next one is a really good one, and I know it's something that everybody's been asking for a really long time, from Red Dead Redemption to GTA Online, now to Red Dead Online, and it's finally being implemented. And that is poker. Poker has finally arrived. That means no more empty poker tables at all those saloons that have them. You can visit those saloons, which are Blackwater, Saint Denis, Tumbleweed, Valentine, or Flatneck Station, to participate in 6-player private invite-only games of Hold'em or raise the stakes for higher rewards at public tables. So yes, you can play poker against other online players. Okay, so hear me out. It wouldn't be a Rockstar title without adversary or PvP modes, right? So for this reset, we have the all-new Overrun PvP mode, which I will bring gameplay of very shortly, probably tomorrow. It pits 2 teams. Well, I don't know if it's 2 teams, but it pits teams against each other in a turf war, basically. Mark your territory and claim as much land as possible from your enemies, all the while protecting your own. Whoever holds the most land will win in this new showdown mode called Overrun. So basically, it's a big game of domination, pretty much. We have one new weapon that released with the spring update, and that is the Lamat Revolver. It makes its way into Red Dead Online today, along with clothing items like the pattern bandanas and ponchos. Yes, we are getting ponchos, finally. The Lamat Revolver boasts a 9-round revolving chamber and a secondary barrel with a single buckshot round. It's available, of course, from the Wheeler, Rawson & Co. catalog, More clothing items and emotes will be made available on and off, so check the catalog every now and then to see what's available. So limited time clothing and emotes will be coming in and out of Red Dead Online. Just make sure you keep track of either the newswire or the catalog if you would like to purchase any of those items. One of the highly anticipated and brand new features to be added with this update is the ability to choose how you want to play or interact with others in the world, so playing styles. You can choose either to play offensively or defensively, and you do this via the player menu. You bring it up and you can change it. By default, it's automatically set to offensive, so if you want to switch it to defensive, you'll have to go into the player menu and do that. Pretty much this is just a massive overhaul of the passive system. By default, it is set to offensive, which means you're free to interact and engage normally with others. Acting hostile while in offensive mode will earn the normal consequences though, so beware of that. If you choose to play defensively, then you're essentially in passive mode. Like I said, you'll be indicated by a shield icon and cannot be lassoed, melee attacked, executed, or targeted with auto aim. You also receive reduced damage from players and cannot participate in PvP free roam missions such as player assassinations or posse assassinations or any PvP element of free roam. You won't get indicated that it's happening and you will not be pulled into it because you're in that defensive play style. And to piggyback off the playing styles, we have the new hostility system. Today's update introduced the much needed new hostility system. Those that attack players in defensive mode will receive hefty penalties, and so will someone that attacks other players while they're in defensive mode. You'll be pulled from defensive mode and receive hefty penalties similar to the ones of the hostile players attacking the defensive players. The hostility system now tracks aggressive behavior from both playstyles and retains the blip system. That means the brighter red a blip is, the more hostile that person is, and same with the posses. Players will no longer receive hostility or bounty penalties for defending themselves, thank God. The more hostile you are, the further you'll spawn from your point of death. You'll eventually, if you're at the highest hostility level, you'll eventually just spawn in a whole new region in general. The hostility system does not apply to free roam events, missions, showdown, or races. I'm just happy that we will not be receiving bounties for defending ourselves. Well, how many times I got griefed and I fired back at somebody and I ended up getting a bounty because I was defending myself, and this hostility system was not implemented and refined like it is now, so I'm glad that this is finally making it into the game. Okay, very quickly, we're just going to skim through the balancing changes and the improvements. Like I said, I'll list that link down below in the description so you can read all those if you'd like to. But real quickly, Rockstar removed auto-aim headshot tracking to enemy players. So that means there's no more flicking the stick to get a headshot on somebody when you aim center mass. There's faster weapon spawns and instant projectile lighting, meaning every weapon is ready faster, including throwables. Daily challenges were updated, removing all PvP challenges. Finally, new awards for free roam events and missions were added. The global signal timers for missions has been increased, as well as the radius in which people can see that you're in a free roam event or mission. And finally, gold payouts have supposedly been increased for all events, some up to double the previous amounts. I'm going to take that with a grain of salt, and I will believe it when I see it. Okay, so Rockstar has been gracious enough to lay out a roadmap of sorts for us. In the weeks ahead, we'll be getting new free roam characters, showdown modes, and lots more for the months of May and for the rest of May and into June. So on May 21st, we get new free roam missions and clothing for both PlayStation 4 and Xbox One players, along with the start of the PlayStation Early Access content. And then on May 28th, we'll receive the new Head for the Hills Showdown mode, the Wild Animal Kills Competitive Free Roam Challenge, and more. On June 4th, we get the all-new Public Enemy Showdown mode, Railroad Baron Free Roam event, and more. And finally, on June 11th, it's the new Sport of Kings Showdown mode and new limited time and permanent clothing items. Keep an eye out for weekly bonuses like cash and gold or increased payouts and exclusive gifts as well. And now for my favorite part of this entire update. This summer, carve out your own place on the frontier by choosing one of 3 new roles. Track down wanted criminals as a bounty hunter, search for treasure and other valuables to sell as a collector, or build a business out of your camp as a trader. Each role will come with lots of new gameplay as well as new outfits, weapons, and rewards. You can either level one specific role or all of them at the same time and unlock all the unique attributes offered by each role. Rockstar also said that there will be more roles to be implemented later on down the line. On a final note, all players that play this week will be getting gifted 15 gold bars and 25% XP boost on a Land of Opportunity missions, showdown modes, races, and free roam events. Treasure found with treasure maps will also give 25% more cash and gold, and all Ultimate Edition owners will receive a gift of 100 doll hairs and the throat slit emote for free. Rockstar ends by saying thank you again and to keep an eye out for more info coming soon. And yeah, that about covers everything. I know that was a shit ton of info to take in and process, but the moral of this story is that Red Dead Online is alive and kicking and here to stay. I'm stoked about all these additions and changes, and I'm beyond excited for the future. I know Rockstar's not going to give up on Red Dead now that they finally took it out of beta stage and brought the spring update that was much needed and all this new content and stuff, and they plan on bringing more content later in the future. They did confirm that today. But that's all, so thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Drop it a like if you did and it was informative, and subscribe to stay caught up to us on all things Red Dead. Thanks again for watching, and I hope we'll see y'all in the next one.